Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video. Yes, I am here in Moscow, Russia, and today I thought I'd take you a walk around of a very kind of interesting shopping mall right here in the center of Moscow. It's called Evropeysky Shopping Mall. Now, as the name suggests, Europe Shopping Mall, European Shopping Center. So it's right behind me. We're going to go and have a wander in and have a look at how it is inside, what's open, what's closed. And first, before we go in, I just thought I'd show you here Europe Square, which is right across from the shopping center. It's a very beautiful kind of part of Moscow as well. So let's have a quick look around before we head on inside the shopping center, shall we? Now, right where I'm standing is a really neat spot to have a look at a few different things. Now, one of the things I'm just going to point out is you very rarely see them cutting lawn with a traditional lawnmower like you see in all the world. I'm pretty sure in all the years I've lived here, this is the first lawnmower that I've seen in Moscow. And there's a guy following around with the bag of the clippings. This is a really beautiful spot too. You can see the Moscow River off in the background. You can see one of the Seven Sisters there, just kind of a little bit further off in the distance. And then this is Arbat district on the other side of the river, the Moscow River right here. There's this really amazing walkway bridge that takes you over the Moscow River as well, that you can kind of walk over. It's very, very, very nice. And then here we'll see Radisson Hotel, which is kind of close to the train station. As we spin around a little bit more, we'll actually catch a look here at Kiev railway station, or Kievsky Vokzal. I always get the name a little bit kind of muddled up with the translation. And this is Europe Square right here. Now you can see Evropeysky Shopping Center just off behind. It's kind of a little bit out of place here because we've got these very old traditional buildings and this kind of modernistic, kind of 80s, 90s looking, kind of concrete and metal looking shopping center. And then this beautiful water fountain here, and then all the flags of Europe flying behind there. Now I wonder how many would actually need pulling down if Russia and all these countries decided to kind of not make peace with each other. There's pretty much every flag of Europe up there. You can see them off in the distance. And this big, they call it Europe Square, but it's really a circle. I kind of just find that a bit funny, but it's a nice spot here. A few people coming to take some photos, and a few people just hanging out because it's a nice, kind of a cloudy kind of day. The sun's coming out here and there. Someone's taking a nice selfie right here by the river. It's just an overall great spot. Now as we get a little bit closer to the shopping center, you'll see the kind of big contrast here between the railway station here on one side and then the shopping center on the other. I really don't know who the architect was, but his thoughts or her thoughts were all over the place with the design of it. I guess they were kind of trying to break up the kind of contrast of the traditional Russian skyline. You'll see here those European flags again flying away in the wind. It's a little bit breezy today, but it's beautiful weather. It's about 15 Celsius. As you'll see, people with light jackets on now. The big winter coats have kind of gone for most people. This spot right in front used to be this crazy car park, and they've really kind of beautified it a lot. They've separated the buses from the taxis, then from where the train station entrance is. It's really a nice kind of addition to this area so that people can get in and out of this train station nice and efficiently. Now, going for a walk around in Evropeysky, it's going to be impossible to kind of cover the whole shopping center, but there is a couple of shops I'll just point out right here. This is not the normal entrance I walk in, so I'm a little bit thrown off where I am at the moment. You'll see here Lagest is actually closed, and then Uniqlo also. Yeah, again, I don't normally walk in this way. They've got this different escalator system over here on this end. So we've got -1, I guess, downstairs. And it's level 1. 2, 3, 4, I guess it goes up to at this part of the shopping center. And then there's a lot to kind of walk around and see. We'll kind of keep going and see what else we can spot. Now, just walking around this part of the shopping center here, we'll see Samsonite is closed now. I didn't really notice this in other shopping centers. I'm not too sure how many different stores they have. So, and then Victoria's Secret here, we'll see is closed. Now, this is Monday afternoon, by the way. It's the 16th of May, 2022, and it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon, give or take. I didn't look at the exact clock at the time, but I know it's mid-afternoon. But this is Monday that we're here, exactly as the cleaning guy goes rolling by. So there is a massive mix of stores in this shopping center. I'm certain that this place is the largest shopping center in the center of Moscow. It's probably one of the top 5 in all of Moscow region. You'll see the other side of Victoria's Secret here, and have a look at the escalators here, these very kind of ornate kind of looking ones. What I understand from the shopping center, it's got different districts. So each district has a different theme, kind of obviously focused around Europe and England and different European areas to match the kind of name of the shopping center. So it is kind of beautiful, but then again, the outside of the building just doesn't match the area where it's been built. You'll see here again the multi-level just to the center, and glass everywhere, so much glass. And then they've got the Hamleys children's store in here as well, which is also in the children's shopping center closer to Moscow center. There's a bit of an interesting art installation here. Freaking Hot Art by Katrin. Now, I'm not sure who she is. I'm sure she's some kind of famous artist here in Moscow. 1 Million Hugs. It's basically a teddy bear made up of teddy bears and different kind of soft plush toys, I guess. Just kind of neat, really. Everyone's sort of having a look and interested in what it is. So just at one of the other entrances here, I've just sort of walked down this other laneway, and we'll see here the Samsung store is trading. I won't walk kind of much closer. There's kind of a few friendly guards over here by the entrance. But Samsung is definitely open and trading. And then here also in this shopping center, the Swarovski store is now closed. Now that was actually open in a few of the other shopping centers that I've walked around in. Then also you'll see here Dyson had a pretty big build out here, and they've essentially just took everything away that wasn't basically bolted down, and they've left the pop-up shop still here. And right here in the central atrium, now I'm not sure how loud this is coming across, but they have this really neat water fountains that are basically choreographed to music. And then if we swing on up, we can see they've got these kind of, I guess, floating balls or balls on string that basically play off with the music at the same time. They've got this all sorts of advertising on the digital walling over here as well, but this water fountain does all sorts of different things depending on what song's playing at the time. And it's sort of surrounded by a few coffee shops, and unfortunately then you'll see off in the background MAC Cosmetics is closed, and then also Joe Malone as well. And then if we swing around, there's a couple of open stores here. So there's Furla, which I'm not sure of the country where Furla is from, and then Kiel is also closed as well, just a little bit further down there. And just looking from this angle here, you'll see a bit of an effect of the closed stores here. So there was Chanel just there after the MAC store, and then Joe Malone, and then the Dior store. And then as we kind of swing around a little bit more, you'll see then the Body Shop is no longer open here. And then probably, I'd say These guys look like they're probably leaving. Just looking at the store inside, from what I can see here, they've kind of started to basically box things up, and they're effectively disappearing, I guess. I'm not sure from just looking at the store from outside here. And then as we swing around, we'll see Sephora as well. And looking at Sephora, all the staff are inside. Let's have a look a little bit closer at the window here. As one of the door alarms goes off, you'll see these guys as well are kind of, well, it's a little bit hard to see through the window here, but they're kind of boxing things up. And then there's containers just in the front here. So I guess they're preparing to kind of close down or pack up a lot of the things in the store. Yeah, you can see here now all the different staff are inside. I guess all the girls are still coming to work every day and sort of doing their thing. But yeah, it looks like some of the things are getting packed up, and then some things aren't. So it's a little bit hard with the reflection of the glass to see that, but it just gives you a good idea. And then we'll just look back here at the body shop here. And here we see the Swatch store, which is also part of the Tissot group, so it's the same company. And they just recently had a kind of big release of watches as well, but I guess they never made it to Russia in the end. I guess the longest line in here is for the ATM machine. Everybody's waiting to get to the Tinkoff machine here. And we'll see Bork. Yeah, this really isn't, it's kind of, I'm going to say it's a nice shopping center. I keep changing my mind about this place because obviously it's just a big place to come and spend money. So how you interpret it, I guess that's up to everybody individually, you know. Nice coffee shop here again on the right hand side. These guys are very organized. It looks like putting the tableware on. And there's another entrance here with the escalators. As we swing around, we'll see Uniqlo. And I think this kind of corridor here of the shopping center kind of gives you a good perspective of how quiet it is inside, with Pull and Bear here not open. Bershka, and then I think that's Zara just a little bit further down. You can just see how quiet it is. This is up on the second level now, so obviously the crowd thins out a little bit as you kind of go up on each multiple level. So you just feel, it just feels quieter. With this shopping center too, it's at a major transport hub, so you do get a lot of people passing through here. Also people who will come specifically shopping here. So yeah, Zara, Stradivarius. You can just feel it kind of being emptier up this way versus the other corridors that we've walked along. And then just walking a little bit further along here on this second level, pretty much everything's open on this kind of main atrium area here. There is a huge amount of Russian branded stores in the shopping center, so, you know, I mean, of course there's some closed. It doesn't have that real kind of empty feel about it, you know what I mean? Okay, there's a few hallways that are empty. There's one here called Boss, which is closed now. It pretty much only has ladies' clothing in there. I wonder does Boss have a ladies' brand? And then now, interestingly, around the corner here, the Tissot store, or this Tissot kiosk, is actually open. Now, the Tissot stores in the center of Moscow are definitely closed. So I just find this interesting that this location's open. And then the downstairs we saw the Swatch store, which is the same brand, they were closed. So I'm not sure how they're kind of working, one open and one not. All right, and as we come around to this other mini kind of atrium area here. Now, the actual different atriums, now I knew that they were themed around Europe. Now, this is actually Atrium London here. Now, and interestingly, probably one of the most recognized brands in all of the United Kingdom is Marks and Spencer's. And these guys are well and truly open and trading. There's a lady changing one of the mannequins right at the front right there. So it's definitely open when you kind of have a look. And then as we swing around, the other very well-known American brand is Gap. And you'll see Gap just here Gap has pretty much got nobody inside. Again, I've pointed this out a couple of times in different videos that Gap is not so recognized in Russia as it is in other countries, particularly America, Canada, and places like that. So it's definitely here and open, Gap and Gap Kids, in this kind of mini atrium here, named London. I knew it had different names walking around, but I just couldn't remember what they were named after. And then coming up now to the third level, we came across a big empty Starbucks. It's definitely closed well and truly. They've got all of their kind of, I guess, computers and that are gone. Some of the coffee machines are not here. But everything is kind of, the glass on the front cabinet's been broken by somebody, or maybe it was accidental, I guess. But it's looking a little bit worse for wear than when they're normally open and trading. Yeah, I guess walking around, they don't really want to just show every single closed store. I mean, I reckon as an overall kind of walk around of Evropeysky shopping center, I'd say it's probably at about 80 to 90% open. Of course, the kind of bigger anchor tenants that we've seen closed, they take up a bit of space in here. As we just walk past Levi's, and then we come back into this main kind of center atrium area again. I just thought I'd sort of walk around every kind of square inch. Normally when I come here, I don't sort of go to walk around the whole shopping center. I know which shop I might want to go to, or we'll end up always going to the food court on the top level. So here we are back at this atrium area again, one level above. And yeah, there's, this is Lee Wrangler now. Lee Wrangler, I'm pretty sure that they were probably in the stage of opening this place, not closing it. And there's one of these at the outlet mall that I made a video about as well. So I wonder if they'll actually end up opening here or not. And then walking further along here on this third level here, we'll see a very big Massimo Dutti store. Now, most of the shopping centers, we've just seen smaller versions of this. And then they have here the Zara home store. And this is the Russian hockey store, which is kind of neat. They've got Russian hockey items right here. That's pretty cool. And then just walking along a bit further here, we'll see the Nike store is definitely open. So if Nike is your thing, that's definitely open. Now the only kind of, for me, a little bit sad part about walking around where there's stores open and closed is the stores around it kind of suffer a little bit, because these guys switch all their lights off and it's just sort of, dark inside. Tommy store right here. And then Crocs again is closed. I'm not sure if the fashion industry is in an outcry about this. My change.org website hasn't got any signatures yet for it to reopen, so we'll just leave them be as we just walk a little bit further along here. So yeah, there's kind of a mix of stores open, stores closed, and it's just a bit of a shame for the other stores around that where they switch all the lights off, it just creates a darker kind of feel to the place. As I just kind of scooch out of the mirror here, Helly Hansen, and then Vans. Oh, there's a Champion Speedo store here. I've not seen this before. That's pretty cool. My wife would be interested in coming here. She's wanting to buy a swimsuit to go swimming at the local sports club, so you might have to come here and check this out. You can get goggles and swimsuits and things like that, and swim caps. And here we'll see the Puma store is also closed. So we'll keep walking a little bit further along. Now there's a pretty neat information map right here in English, and it's actually got a great little information about the shopping center. So it was actually designed by architect U.P. Platonov of the Principle of Russian Trading Rows, and he was a famous architect. The shopping center is 180,000 square meters, and it's built over 8 levels. So 2 underground and 6 above ground, and then parking for 1,250 cars, which is kind of a big amount of car parking, especially for right in the center here. and 30 restaurants and cafes, more than 400 stores. It offers customers 250 clothing and footwear stores, 30 cosmetic and perfume stores, and 70 accessory stores. These are some of the photos here that we've kind of walked around this. It's a little bit more spectacular. Now we've reached this upper level here, so I'm not sure if this is like level 6 or 5. And there's Mother Care here that's no longer trading. And then further down here we'll actually sort of see which is the Apple stores here in Russia. So there's no authorized official Apple stores like we're used to, I guess, around the world, or in Australia and America, things like that, in Europe. And then they actually have what's called restores, which are premium resellers of Apple. So these guys are open and trading. Now, yesterday I went into a different one of these stores with a friend, and we asked about buying the Apple laptops. So they'll sell you the laptop, but you can't buy the added on like Apple Care or the extended warranties that go along with it, because they're not covering the warranties in Russia. So you can buy the laptop basically as it's priced, but you don't have the option to sort of take the additional Apple Care kind of features that a lot of people do, especially with the high-end laptops and phones and things like that. So as we get here to this upper level, there's the Gap Kids store just off in the distance. And then there's kind of an interesting bear display right here. These shopping centers like to have these kind of builds around the place so everyone can take photos and selfies and just sort of, you know, have a reason to kind of walk around if you're not even shopping. There's another one right here with bears, like a teddy bear workshop. How cool is this one? That's kind of neat. Let's have a look at this a little bit closer for a minute. It's kind of interesting. It's even interactive. I wonder if the buttons work. Are they doing different things? That's kind of pretty cool though, the teddy bear's workshop. Now right at the very bottom there is actually another Starbucks, which of course is closed as well, but you can then see here how big the shopping center is over these multiple levels. Now, we didn't actually kind of cover all these kind of exact corners of the shopping center. And that's the Hanley's kids store right there. And there's sort of a few children's stores in this area as well. And these sort of very nice kind of flower displays built into the escalators. And then on this upper level here, they even have a movie theater as well. Now, it's not particularly busy today. Even for Monday afternoon, it's a little bit quiet. The main problem they've got in Russia at the moment is all of the main movie distributors have essentially pulled out of Russia. So you're not able to see, actually there's one movie right there, but pretty much everything else is in some kind of a way a Russian movie. And they've even brought back some of the old movies as well, because they've just not got enough screenings for the cinemas to keep operating. And I'm not too sure right now. It says screen 9 over there, so I wonder if it's a 9-screen cinema. It's a huge place, but there's just only a couple of people in here, which is a bit of a shame really. But again, if they're not going to show the major releases like the Batmans and things like that have come out recently, then they're going to struggle. And then here we see again the Lego store in Evropeysky shopping centers open as well. So pretty much throughout all of Moscow, the Lego stores continue trading. It's actually quite a bit bigger store this than the one at Megatropolistan that I've shown before. There's actually a really neat bookstore right here as well. Actually, this is one of my wife's kind of favorite shops to come to. It's actually just huge place inside that you can enter through the other side of the shops as well. So this is kind of one exit, and there's another one off in the distance. It's a big place. Now, if you're wondering where all the people are in this shopping center, now I'll safely tell you, I've got Subway and Cinnabon right here, but I'd safely tell you, without editing, I reckon there is a good 1,000 or so people in the food court here. This is actually on the next to top level. There's another level that goes upstairs to more cafes just off in the distance there. But you'll see here how many people at this food court. It's just crowded. And they have really actually part of the reason a lot of people hang out here is they've got really nice comfy chairs here. It's not the kind of standard run-of-the-mill food court. So there's a lot of people that come and sit down and then they kind of hang out a little bit longer than they should. But it kind of just goes on and on and on here. And I reckon there's probably at least 1,000, maybe 1,500 people in the food court alone. So it's nice and busy. They've also got another little cafe off on the side here where you can sort of dine in. So it's a very nice spot, tucked away on this upper level. Burger King, of course, the usual suspects are all here. Hopefully this is not too bumpy as we walk around. But there's a few open tables. Quite often when I've come here, you struggle to find a table. Maybe I'd come closer to dinner time or lunchtime. We're kind of right in between both here. So as we look around, you'll see it's busy for sure. I don't think they had a McDonald's here before. I don't believe they did. That's probably much the only one that would be closed if there was anything up here. That would be closed. Everything is definitely trading and open up here though. Now from this upper level here, these kind of dancing balls, I guess you would call them, they're a little bit mesmerizing when you watch them going up and down. And you can see the kind of size of this shopping center now, looking down at that bottom level and then looking ahead there to the food court off in the distance. Then I've made it down to the lower ground floor now, and there's a couple of kind of interesting shops here. There's one of those very famous Russian fur coat shops with lots and lots of kind of high-end fur coats in there. No ice creams, no drinks, no cameras, no video cameras. So we won't be going in, I don't think. There's a really nice, actually it's called Cook House. It's definitely a really nice home store right here with all of the kind of fancier kind of homeware items and anything for your kitchen and house. It's a very nice store. Cook House. In Australia we actually have a brand called House, so it's actually quite similar. It's probably a little bit more beautiful kind of things in there though than the House in Australia. And then there's a kind of confectionery store here with different things. And they actually have a kind of a little mini market here. Now what I really wanted to show you was ahead here was the supermarket. They actually have an electronics store here, DNS, which is kind of computers, mostly computer products, phones, different things like that. DNS. And over here they've got these kind of like a Linux style, but a little bit more just like kiosks. But there's some nice cakes right here. You can get coffee as well. And then there's some different cakes again. And just sweets and treats. And there's some fruits. Strawberries, look at that, nice strawberries, cherries. Actually all these girls are hanging around here. This is a candy store with all imported candies. So lots of Japanese, Chinese kind of different treats. So there's Australia.
Australia?
Hi. Hello.
Not America.
Hi. We are Russian.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, nice.
I love Russia.
Oh, nice. It's a very nice place. Look at all of the imported drinks here.
So cute.
Oh, thanks. I think you need some new glasses. Bye. До свидания. You can see here the imported Coca-Cola as well. Root beer. All sorts of imported items. And it's really not cheap. But if you want the non-Russian version of everything, it's right here. And actually here's also different fizzy candy and lollies and different things like that. It's kind of interesting. Let's see what's around the other side. Let's do a bit of a walk around here because this is kind of neat. It's going to make the video a bit longer. Oh, we have all the nuts here and dried fruits. There is a... Oh, this is a pet shop right here. There's a pet shop. And then let's see what else they have. This is more dried fruits. Not too sure what this is. I think this is herbs, from what I understand. Yeah, like herb extracts. So you take spoonfuls, as with all the vitamins and minerals and whatever inside, like supplements, but healthy supplements. And then we'll see one more place here with some cheeses and oils. Very nice things right here. And then there's some dried fish, some salmons and some tunas right there, and then more fish. These are different sort of cured fish. And then yeah, in the shopping centre, this is actually part of the thing I wanted to see, was the actual Perekrostok. So they've got a full range supermarket here on this lower ground level. So if you're passing through here, through the train station, quite often we'll actually just come in here, passing between the train and the metro station to come to the supermarket. So you can see people coming in and out of here, getting all their groceries. This is a full-fledged supermarket right here on this lower ground level. Perekrostok is the name of the supermarket. So as we look back at the train station here, we can see it's just on 5:30 p.m. There's kind of big shadows now, so I thought I'd come outside for the end of the video here. I'll try and do this in one take. Thanks for coming traveling with Russell. Of course, I'm Russell. Hope you liked the video. Checking out Evropeysky shopping center right behind me here. It's kind of beautiful, it's ugly, it's nice, it's not. I think everyone's got a different opinion about this place. I think in terms of shoppers, they love it because it's just got, you know, hundreds of stores inside, lots of places to eat, cafes to sit down. But it's still a bit of a shame to see so many stores closed. That's the times we're living in. So yeah, thanks for coming along. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Maybe post a comment, let me know what you think. And I'm off on another adventure. Bye everybody. Bye.